Now let's work another problem. Now this one is going to be somewhat different in several ways, okay, but the underlying concepts are the same. So we have a company that produces underwater camera cases, and we want an aggregate plan for the next 4 months. The standard hours of labor required for production of 1 unit is 4. So labor hours per unit, the standard hours needed is 4. Each worker works 8 hours a day and 20 days a month on the average. So we are going to use the same number of days each month. So our calculation need not go down to the days level, but we can leave it at the month level. If required, the company may use overtime, but is limited to 30%. So overtime is limited to 30%. Now workers are paid $12 per hour, so regular wage rate is $12. Overtime is $18. Subcontracting cost is, well, subcontracting cost is given right here. It's $80. Now these are hiring costs and firing costs are per worker. So note that it is per worker and not per unit increase or decrease. So this is $400 and $300. And inventory carrying cost is $8 per unit per month. Now the initial conditions, there are currently 8 workers and there is a stock of 150 units. That's our current initial inventory. Let the safety stock be 0. So we are not assuming that we need any safety stock. So on what basis hiring and firing cost is to be computed? So this is on the basis of number of workers hired and fired. So we have to remember that. Okay. On what basis must the production be computed? So since the number of days is same, since the number of days is the same for all the 4 months, computations may be done at the month level. Okay, now let's compute some factors like what we did in problem number 1. Okay. These problems are not numbered properly, so don't pay attention to those numbers. So determine the production rate per worker per month. See, this time we are computing these on the basis of per month and not per day. So we'll start with per day. Production rate per day is 8 hours a day divided by the standard hours, 4 hours per unit. So that gives us 2 per worker per day. Okay. Then, so production rate per month then is 2 units per worker per day times 20 days on the average. So that is equal to 40 units per worker. So each worker will produce on the average 40 units every month. Now suppose there are 7 workers. What is the production capacity? So that's the next question. So production capacity is number of workers times production rate per worker per month. Now we have all of that already. 7 workers times 40 units per worker per month. So that is 280 units per month. So if we have 7 workers, that will be our capacity. Now what is the wage rate per worker per month? So that is equal to $12 an hour. Okay, so that's given times 8 hours a day times 20 days per month. So that is equal to $19.20 per worker per month. Now let's find the number of workers given a production rate. So number of workers needed is production needed divided by production rate per worker. So for 450 then, 450 divided by how many units can one worker produce per month? So that's here 40. So use that 40 here. So that comes from there. Okay. So that is equal to 11.25 workers. If we want, we can round up to 12.